All right, we're going to focus on reflections by coordinates. Okay, and we're going to do both reflections. We'll do an easy question here, a reflection of the x and a reflection of the y, and then we'll do one that spans all four coordinates. Okay, so because we're going by coordinates, same idea we did with our rotations. We want to write all our coordinates down, and the rule is if we're reflecting on the x-axis, which is this line here, we keep the coordinates the same. We just make the y value opposite. Whether it was positive, it turns negative, and if it was negative, it turns positive. Okay? And for reflecting on the y-axis, well, that's this line here. Same idea. We keep the coordinates in the same spot, but the x value gets flipped. So if the x was positive, it becomes negative. If it was negative, it becomes positive. So we'll write down our values here. I think we'll have to do 100. Yeah. So this was 6 and 8, 7 and 3, 2 and 1, and 3 and 4, right? Well, with our x-axis, all of our x values are the same, but our y values become opposite. So this becomes negative 8.
7, negative 3,
yeah.
2, negative 1, and 3, negative 1.
So we'll plot these very quickly. That becomes 6, negative 8, 7, negative 3, 2, negative 1, and 3, negative 4. When we go to actually write this one out, or draw it, if you notice, it looks like he's just been flipped upside down on the x-axis. It's a mirror image across the x-axis here, okay? For a reflection on the y-axis, same idea, we still have 6 and 8, but this time the 6 becomes the negative and the 8 stays the same.
So it's negative 7, 3.
Yeah, negative 7, 3.
Negative 2, 1.
Uh-huh.
And negative 3, 4.
Exactly, negative 3, 4. So we plot those coordinates. We get negative 6, 8, negative 7, 3, negative 2, 1, and negative 3, 4. We'll go and put this guy together. And what we're going to notice, so we have a mirror image across the y-axis that we had before. Okay? So that's the original guy just being flipped. Now let's go to a more difficult question. This one here where it's all over the map, right? We have 4 different values. So let's write down these 4 values. We have 2 and 4, 3 and negative 6, good.
Negative 6 and negative
4. And negative 4 and 1. So on the x-axis, I am going to move this guy up just a little. I don't know why. Oh, nuts. That's not what I want to do. Let's move this thing up a little too. Okay, so on the x-axis, remember, x value stays the same, y value changes. So it becomes 2, negative 4. Here it becomes 3, and that negative 6 becomes what?
positive.
Exactly, it flips it. This negative 6 stays the same, and that negative 4 becomes
positive.
Great. And the negative 4 stays the same,
And
and the 1 becomes negative. Great. So let's plot those. 2 and negative 4, 3 and 6, negative 6 and positive 4, and negative 4 and negative 1. Okay. Okay, so now we're just going to connect those dots. And we get a reflection. So the reflection looks like it's been flipped right here. We've got that line right through the middle. And see how it looks like it's been flipped there? And then for the y-axis, same idea, except the x values become the opposite. So it becomes a negative 2. This becomes a negative 3. The y values stay the same as the original. This becomes a positive 6. And this becomes a positive 4. And we plot those. We get negative 2 and 4, negative 3 and negative 6. Becomes tough when there's so many lines, eh? 6 and negative 4, and 4 and 1. And we'll connect those dots. And from the original, what we see, so we can draw a line down the middle. It looks like it's been flipped from the original one right down that line. Okay? So that was an easy question and a tough one there. So I went through both of them.